Good morning, my crafty friends. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tina Kavergich, and I am a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You may know me as Northern Stamper. I am so glad that you are joining me today. If you have any questions, please drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. I'd be happy to hear from you. I am so glad that you're joining me this month in July. We are going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'm very excited. First of all, I have to show off some of the great cards that I got in my Happy Mail recently. I thought this was wonderful. This is for Miriam. You'll notice here that she has used one of the new dies. It is fantastic. It was a paper pumpkin kind of add-on, and this die cut out some of the butterflies and was really nice. And there was a really nice sentiment that went along with it. I really like it. What I like about this is with Paper Pumpkin, they have come out with, we can kind of see roughly what is coming up for the next 3 months. I think that's a great idea. Not only that, but they have coordinating dies to those 3 Paper Pumpkin sets. And this was one of them, January, February, and March, or so March, April, May, and June. So the next one is coming out and it looks really nice also. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, Liz, for popping on. Liz is my moderator, and I give a big, huge shout out to her. I wouldn't be where I am without my good friend Liz. She will be monitoring any questions that you may have, so I really appreciate it. Pop a question below, and we will try and answer it as quickly as possible. So Miriam, thank you very much for this card. I love it. And then again, she embossed on the basic white there. It looks fantastic. Recently, we had a demonstrator event called Creativity Now, and I invited all of my demonstrator friends over. Whether they were on my team or not, it didn't matter. My idea was that we all get together and we had a great time. One of the sets that we used was this really cute stamp set and dies with these cute birds and the boughs with the holly, the wreath around it. Pardon me. I think I needed more coffee. And at the end, what I did is I did a random draw that whoever got the name pulled received this stamp set and die as a parting gift. And Carol had sent this awesome card. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and then on the inside it's all decorated. This is absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. Like, she did an amazing job on these birds. I just love it. And the fact that she paired it with some, oops, we're out of focus, out with some DSP that is not Christmas, but it goes so well together. She picked up the Mossy Meadow from the paper and some of the colors here. I thought it looks really nice. In particular, what I like about this card is the purple that she picked up, Highland Heather, it looks like, from the DSP, and I thought that was really nice. Talking about color, and for the month of July, we are working in the color wheel. So if you got your catalog, if you don't have a catalog and you would like one, comment below, drop me an email at Northern Stamper. I'd be happy to send one. We are going to be working with the color wheel that is located on page 132, and it's a great tool to have, and we're going to be working on that all for the month of July. So we're going to be checking that out. But before I get started on that, I wanted to mention a couple of things that we got going on. As you know, one of the things that I work very hard towards is the Disney or any incentive trip, and that is my goal for every year. This year I am like so close. I am so close, and I wanted to get reward the person that helps place me over that threshold. I just need a small amount more. Anybody that places me over the threshold to get the Disney trip will earn a $75 shopping spree with me. It doesn't matter how big or small your order is, every little bit helps. Take a look through your supplies. Do you need any white cardstock, envelopes, glue, paper, stuff like that? Just let me know and drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com, and helpfully that will help me get to the Disney. Stampin' Up! Has also announced starting in July, they have a coupon. So when you spend $60, they will give you a $6 coupon that you can spend in August. Now, for every $60 you spend, so 60, 120, and et cetera, you get a $6 coupon for every level of $60. And you can spend that in August, and you want to do that because Christmas is coming up, the holiday catalog is coming out, and that $6 can go towards those purchases in that and help reduce your price. Next, tomorrow, this is going to be very exciting. Those that do alternative kits with me, I'm very excited. July the 3rd, 2 new kits are dropping, and I got a sneak peek at 2 of them. One of them is, it's kind of flowery and it's very, very beautiful, very nice. So there's one kit, and another one is great for kids. Oh my goodness, it's like a little animal theme. It is so darn cute, and I'm very excited to be doing some alternative kits with those. Join me, purchase those kits with me, either one or both or any kit, and join me in my alternative group on the other side of a group that I have. If you have any questions, again, northernstamper@gmail.com. And we're going to be making alternative kits with these 2 new ones coming out on July the 3rd. I'm going to love them. Fantastic. Love it. So we are here learning about color. One of the things that I got at on stage, which is a demonstrator event, is this awesome color wheel. So, you know, you kind of turn it, and not only is it fun just to turn, but it's great. It got my favorite part is it got all the colors that they have active right now. And today I thought, let's work on some of these items that are in here. Or if you have your annual catalog, you can look at page 132 and there's a color wheel right here and you can follow along. This is a very, very valuable tool. So when this catalog is done, or grab a couple of catalogs, rip this page out and keep this around. This is so useful. What we're going to be doing in here, whoops, for this week, I decided I'm going to try something. Let's see. We're going to do the triadic, which is 3 colors. So it says here it's evenly spaced around the color wheel. So I don't know if you can see. So we're going to do triadic. This is very cool. And what I had decided to do with that triadic, I thought I'm going to, just trust the system. I don't know if you ever follow, what is it, TikTok or whatever it is. They say, just trust the system. So go with the system. So that's what I did. Triadic, evenly spaced. So what I did is I wheeled this around because that was just so much fun. And in here are some little holes that are for triadic. And what I did is I wanted to use petal pink in particular, so I decided to go to the petal pink. And I thought, what is across the way from petal pink that is evenly spaced? So it came across, and there are some in here that I could have chosen, but I went with petal pink and mossy meadow. So I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. What is unequally spaced around there? So I came down and I thought, oh, that's really interesting. So I decided to go with Highland Heather. So it was purple, a green, and a petal pink. And I thought, wow, what am I going to make with that? So it's kind of a challenge. And I thought, oh, what could I do? But you know what? I think we're going to find out. It's going to turn out really great. So comment below the 3 colors that you chose for today's challenge on this color wheel. I'm very curious on what you decided to use. If you haven't decided yet and you're just following along, comment below on what your favorite color is, and let's see what your triadic colors would be. Um, try. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Okay, Joan has mentioned that the captions is calling it dry attic. Okay, maybe I'm not pronunciating quite correctly, but that's hilarious. So comment below your favorite color and let's see what comes up. So let's get started with our card design. So remember, I had chose petal pink. What got me started on this was I had petal pink ribbon. And that's what I started with. I wanted to use this ribbon because it comes in a double pack, white and petal pink. And I thought, you know what, that's very useful. White can be used for anything, but the petal pink, I thought, okay, let's give it a try. And it's got a really nice, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a really nice design on it there. And I thought that might make a really nice bow. So I picked up my colors. There is another petal pink, so I'm going to be using some petal pink cardstock with my petal pink ribbon, and Mossy Meadow. So I picked up Mossy Meadow, got some cardstock there, and I'm going to make this as my card base for this. So there's Mossy Meadow and petal pink. I also have some basic white that I will be using on the inside. A lot of these dimensions for the cards have been posted earlier today. And one of the other things I'm going to be using is the Highland Heather. And what I decided to do is I'm going to do some die cutting. Now, the Highland Heather and another piece of Mossy Meadow will be die cut using the Thoughtful Wishes dies. Now, these are really nice. I love this because it has, in particular, I just love this shape here. I thought it turned out really nice. And what I'm adding, I don't know, but I thought was really nice. So I went with that. Thoughtful Wishes, that's what the stamp said it goes with. So if you need a bundle, this is really nice. I'm in particular, I love this. I don't know, is that cornstalk? I think it's cornstalk. I think these are cotton, and I think these are thistles. I just love them. They look great, but in particular, I'm going to be using the dies today. So there's Mossy Meadow, Highland Heather, Petal Pink, and we're ready to go. So for what I wanted to do with this card is I have my card base. And what I did is I went through some of my my DSP, and I looked for a DSP that has those three colors in particular. And lo and behold, look, there is Mossy Meadow, Petal Pink, and there is a little bit of a gorgeous grape or Highland Heather right there. And I thought, wow, that works really well. So I got my three colors there, and I have this. This is a 6x6 piece of DSP. And what we want to cut it down a little bit more so that it fits on. So I'm going to make it height-wise is 5 1/4. So height-wise is 5 1/4, but it is still 6x6 long. Okay, so we have that at that length. What I want to do is I'm going to be scoring this down to 5 1/4. Now, be careful on what side we want to do that on. Actually, hold on. Is that 6x6? Let me see. Hold on. I just want to make sure I didn't make a mistake here. Yep. Okay. So 6x6 is, you know what? It's always better to double check. Always double check. So what I want to do is I'm going to score it, but I want to score it this so that this folds over. Now, if I score it, I want to take it to 2 inches. I'm going to take it down to 2 inches because if I take it down to 4 inches over here, I'm going to be folding the wrong way. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to take it down to 2 inches. So 2 inches on the left side. Okay. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to score that. There we go. So there's 2 inches on the left side that's scored, and all I'm going to do is fold it over. There we go. Now you can still see the DSP on this side. It looks fantastic, but now I have this beautiful white, this wash color on the other side that I'm going to be working with. What I'm going to do is bring back in my card base. So there is my card base, and you can see there's a nice frame all the way around. Again, it's 5 1/4 tall. And if I score at 2 inches right here, it folds nicely in and fits right on the card base. So let's actually glue that down. We are not adding any ribbon around this, so I can glue this straight down. I just love this paper. Look at the color on the back of this paper. It is just phenomenal. Personally, I think this paper works great for sentiment cards. I think it is absolutely beautiful. It's such a calm design and everything like that. So I glued it down. Looking nice, again, making sure I have a nice even edge all the way around. What I also want to do is I had pre-cut a piece of basic white, and that's going to go on the inside. You see, I'm going to cut it, and it tucks in right behind that flap. You see, so when I open it, I can put my sentiment right, or my message right there. So there we go. It is right behind there. And let's glue that down. And as I turn this over, you're going to see that I've used this from another scrap that I had. So there is some wine bottles on this side. As much as I love the wine bottles, and it was a Christmas theme, I wanted to use the paper. There we go. I am the type that I don't like to throw away or waste anything. So I'm going to place that in and just glue that down. There we go. Looking good. It's all coming together. What I want to do next is I'm going to decorate the outside of the card. And what I decided to do is, remember with those dies from the Thoughtful Wishes, I had cut out some of the items, from Thoughtful Wishes. Be careful as you take them out of the die because they're very thin and delicate. You don't want to rip any. So just be careful. If you ever notice, there are these little holes here. They're called release holes. And all you do is you pop in your pokey tool and you just kind of pop them out. There we go. You'll notice that on a lot of the dies have release holes. So there's one. There's the release holes in this one. And in particular, I want to use those release holes and pop them out. So you can see it's coming out. And all I need to do is carefully peel it away. In particular for thin dies like that have intricate designs such as the little flowers here. I have one also in this Mossy Meadow. I love this. This design here I think is really, really interesting. I'm going to pop these out. Comment below if you knew that these were called release holes and how to use them. Sometimes I forget. I've been doing this so long that I forget. Sometimes I just assume that everybody knows as much as I do. And it took me a while to learn about these release holes. There we go. Gonna pop these out. And I'm just using the edge of my pokey tool to run on the dies to pull it apart. Again, being very careful because it is thin. Let's move these, tidy up. There we go. And I'm going to pop some of these out. This is absolutely a gorgeous die set. When I saw it, I saw this one in particular, and I thought I had to have it. Thought it would be a really cool, interesting design to have. Here we go. And now I have them all laid out. So there are some different designs that I have from the set. Okay. What I had done is my first card, I had also done one in Petal Pink. So I think I'm going to bring that in. I might use it in this grouping. I don't know. But again, you can see the three colors that I have: Petal Pink, Mossy Meadow, and Highland Heather. Let's go back to the card. And what I want to do is I'm going to be laying this down. And I like it so it kind of overlaps. Oh, there's a little piece I don't like that. I like it how it overlaps. See how it overlaps? So when I open the card, it kind of overlaps a little bit like that. What I'm going to do is have it a little bit like that, and I'm going to cluster the flowers behind it. There we go. We can add some more, and it looks like it could use that petal pink one. Oh, just take your time as you do this. There you go. Take your time. And I think I might add this petal pink one behind it after all. I may lay that down like this, have it a little bit further over. Here we go. Just to add some of that color in. I don't know. Now that kind of looks like a mess. Maybe I'll just use some of it and not all of it. There we go. I think I kind of like that. Maybe I'll toss in a little bit. I'm not going to glue this down because I want to do a sentiment on top. I like to lay everything down and get a good idea of how I'm going to be doing this. So I have an idea roughly about where the items are going to go. Let's just kind of leave them on there. Put my bone folder on, and I'm going to place this off to the side. What I want to do is actually do my sentiment, and my sentiment will be done in Petal Pink. Now I'm going to be using Petal Pink cardstock and Petal Pink DSP. So there's the DSP I'm going to be using. And here is the cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on the DSP in Mossy Meadow. Now, because the DSP has some design to it, what I realized, where's my sample? I had done something and it was really thin, and I thought that didn't quite look as nice as I thought. I needed a thicker and more bolder sentiment to stand out on this DSP because there is some kind of design on that. I looked through my stamp set and I looked for one that had a little bit heavier, and I found this one, and this is in Layering Leaves. Okay, and I thought, let's go with something a little heavier. So let's do that. So I can see it fits right on there. And I will be using a punch to punch that out. I'm going to ink it up in Mossy Meadow because it's a dark color, or I could always use black. I'm going to just stamp that on there. And you can see it is a thicker font, and it was able to stand up to the design on the DSP a little bit better. Again, there was the thin one. You could see the difference definitely now on the design on the DSP. I'm going to be using this punch. This is one of the newer ones. I love punches. They're so easy to use, easy to grab. And if it's my choices between a punch and a die, I will take a punch every day. I don't know. Which one do you prefer, punches or dies? Comment below. The Petal Pink cardstock. Oh, I'm out of focus. Hello. Let's try again. Sometimes this happens. Oh, there we go. We're back in focus. I'm going to punch out a piece of cardstock. And what I'm going to do is split that in half. Cut it in half so I can expand it on the back of that designer series paper that I punched out. Okay, so it's the exact same shape. And all I'm going to do is lay it over a little bit further. There you go. And just tape it down. So it gives a little bit of illusion of coming over. Are we out of focus again? Just wanted to make sure. Again, because it's the exact same size, I can just put it on together. Let's add a dollop of glue to the back of that. I like to tape it down. I don't know about you. I like to tape it down first and then add the glue, just so that I know if I need to move it around, I can do that. Okay, there we go. Let's bring back in our card. There's the sentiment, and it's going to go right in the center, kind of where everything's going to kind of come together. Now, Joan thinks not to have the pink. All right, so let's build this up without the pink. Let's see. So I'm going to have it like that. So there's just one color. If I tuck this in, I know for sure I'm going to be doing the two colors. So let us start gluing. I know for sure this is going to be in the center. There's a dimensional. I'm going to pop it on there. I want this splayed out to the left as close to the edge as I can. Right? And I want a little bit coming down the bottom, but it looks like, can I get that tucked in? Oh, look, it will actually use the same dimensional. Good. So that's all stuck in there now. Whoops, can we see? Let's bring this a little closer. There we go. You can see the dimensionals now holding the two pieces together. Oh, cut the pink in half. Oh, that's a good idea. All right, let's cut that pink in half and see how that works. I want to add just a smidgen of pink, not a whole bunch. Now remember, we got to work with where the sentiment is going to go across. So it's going to go across there. Let's add a little dimensional right there. We know it's going to tuck it in behind a little bit. Is that going to cover it? Yes, it will cover. There we go. It's going to cover. And I'm going to do a little bit down on the edge. I'm cutting a little bit of this off. And because it's so fine, if I cut the pieces apart, you'll never notice. Here we go. Just cut the little pieces apart. Another dimensional. Or you know what? Let's use a glue dot. That might be a little better. Get a little glue dot in there. Tuck this up. Oh! Apparently I can tuck it in under there. There we go. Tuck it in. Let's get our glue dot. Our glue. Get back in there. Be with your friends. Okay. Now the last piece is just going to be the green on top, and I want to make sure that that sticks. That dimensional doesn't have enough glue on it, so let's add a couple of glue dots to that. I want to do it right in the center to make sure that it sticks very well. Oh, it's sticking so well. It's sticking to me. All right. I'm going to place this on top, making sure that I don't go higher or wider than the card. Oh, that looks good. All I need to do now is add some adhesive to the back of this sentiment. And same with like when you're designing flowers or anything, you want to hide all of your mechanics. So that bunch that looks right there, let's add some glue. Oh, I'm going to actually add glue dots to that. And another thing you want to be aware of, remember we split the back of that cardstock on the sentiment? Oh, sorry, cat. The cat is coming to see what we're doing. There, we added it enough. Remember we cut this in half. Remember to tuck it over far enough so that when you open the card, you don't see it. Oh, look, it cleared it. Okay, so I got the three colors. The last thing I just need to do, actually hold this down for you like that. Oop, let's just hold it down for you, is get a ribbon. And I think I cut this a little bit too short. Oh, no, no. We can do it. We can, oh, make a bow. Let's make a bow. There we go. Oh my goodness, the bow turned out. It was a tiny little bow. Again with glue dots, I'm going to just pop this down here and put it on there like that. And do we have any embellishments that we could use? I'm just going to go into my embellishment box. I could use some purple. You know what? We can use a multitude of embellishments. I'm going to use a couple of these purple Highland Heathers on here. Okay, got these embellishments. Just tuck them in. Now I've got some really old butterfly embellishments. I'm going to be using these brass butterflies. I think it would look really nice. And I'm going to just toss them in. Oh my goodness, look at that. Who says we have to use everything that's new? There we go. Oh, he can look like he's floating there. Oh, that looks good. And that is the card design for today. So using the 3 colors from the color wheel. Again, give it a try. It's really an interesting it's an interesting technique or something to give it a try. So again, look at your color wheel. Go like on a Y, you want to make like a little Y and choose your colors that are closest to that. I was very surprised on how well this turned out. I love this card. I think it turned out really nice. Don't forget to comment below what colors you'll be using. I'm really curious on what you'd be using. Or comment with your favorite color and we'll come up with something on the color wheel for you. Don't forget, if you have any questions, drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Don't forget, if you drop me an order and help me get my Disney trip, I will give you a $75 shopping spree. I really appreciate you taking the time and joining me today. I just love this card. Look at that. Now you can see both sides of the DSP. Anyways, have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.